Hey everyone, the last Shoegazer here, bringing you a Wild Eye movie review for Hi-8. This is a shot-on-video compilation, also known as Horror Independent 8. And there are 8 different stories here from different directors, including a wraparound story as well. So a little bit of an anthology kind of style. Definitely has that shot on video vibe to it. Very independent, very low budget, lots of practical effects, and without kind of ruining anything or giving too many spoilers, I'm just going to kind of show this edition, share the back with you, just so you can kind of see what you're getting into with this release. It is, most of it is very graphic. Some of it is, pretty over the top with when it comes to gore, and so you just know what you're getting into. But yeah, if you're into shot on video horror, I would definitely recommend that you check this out. So it's going to kind of go through and give like my individual ratings and my general feelings, based on the individual segments. The first one was called Switchblade and Insane. This was directed by Tim Ritter. I gave this one a 6 out of 10. I thought it was definitely well done. Had a cool kind of premise to it. I wish it was a little bit longer, but I do know, shot on video to kind of qualify for, certain categories and screenings and everything. They have to be, I believe, like under like 10 minutes. So yeah, that being said, like none of these are super long. They can't be too much editing, and it all has to be, shot on video and pretty practical, and only so much like lighting and like digital effects and everything like that is very limited. So yeah, all pretty short, but that was one that I kind of was like wanting to see go a little bit longer. But yeah, that had a cool kind of twist to it. Definitely very graphic. But I thought that one was fun. But I did give that a 6 out of 10. The next one, A Very Bad Situation. This was kind of like a meteorite shower of death. This was directed by Marcus Koch, I believe he pronounced his last name, Koch. I gave this one an 8.5 out of 10. This was definitely one of my favorites out of the Hi-8 anthology here. I liked the story, very kind of, alien and space related, almost like an amped up episode of the Twilight Zone, kind of like, end times kind of thing. Not quite sure what's going on. Some, mystery and uncertainty. People kind of like turning on each other. Very claustrophobic. So yeah, cool setting and very cool premise. And I really liked just how this one flowed, and just everything on screen was just awesome. Some of the acting was a little bit over the top in this one, but it definitely sat really well with me. Kind of right up my alley. I like anything that has to do with like alien invasion, and it just had a really cool kind of vibe to it. Very unexpected. So 8.5 out of 10 for A Very Bad Situation. Next is The Tape. This one was definitely direct tribute to like shot on video, rental stores. This one was directed by Tony Masiallo, and I gave this one a 7.5 out of 10. I thought this one was really cool. Definitely had like an old school kind of feel to it. It's very similar to stuff like the Ring, and people watching like videotapes and kind of getting hypnotized, and there's like that sense of like evil to it that kind of transforms them. Definitely kind of had that similar storyline going on, but in a very over the top indie gory way. So yeah, that was the tape, 7.5 out of 10. Definitely a fun one. And after that, we have Gang Them Style. And this is kind of like an elderly zombie sort of story. It focuses on a group of the elderly and some other fine characters, and kind of a zombie attack that's happening. So this one's kind of funny and out there. So that this one definitely gave me a laugh. I gave this one a 7 out of 10. But I definitely like the effects, and this was a fun one. Next one is genre bending. A couple of peeping, pushy perverts here. This is directed by Chris Seaver. This was one of my least favorite, honestly. I could kind of see where they were going with this, but I only gave this a 5.5 out of 10. Just the filming style and the story, it was just all kind of like uncomfortable, and it didn't look the best on screen. It was kind of like stretched out in a strange way. Like I wasn't quite sure what went on with the formatting, but this one didn't sit really well with me. But yet again, this was kind of a good laugh. Had a little bit of a sense of parody to it, like a home invasion or like an attack on a female here, and she kind of turns the tables in like a goofy, weird way. And so yeah, it's definitely genre bending. Next one is The Request. This is by Todd Sheets, and it's kind of about a radio show host and a lover who kind of catches him off guard. And I'm not going to give anything away here. I definitely like this a lot. This got an 8.5 out of 10 from me. It was definitely up there with A Very Bad Situation. I liked both of those the best out of this horror anthology. I really liked the vibe of like the radio show and like the interactions and the turn that this one takes. So definitely a great effort by my friend Todd Sheets. And once again, I gave this an 8.5 out of 10. Really enjoyed The Request. I thought this was a little bit more of like a serious entry in the anthology of Hi-8. Yeah, so really good. Moving on, we have Thicker Than Water. This was one of my least favorites. This is kind of about like a psychotic, insecure girlfriend, and she kind of, I don't know, very, very uncomfortable, kind of off-putting. It just the way this one flowed. I know what they were going for here, but this is from Donald Farmer. And I think this one had some potential, but the acting I'd found very, I don't know, just it didn't sit real well with me. So I gave this one a 5 out of 10. But yeah, still entertaining and still fitting. Then after that, we have another favorite, The Scout. This one was actually filmed in the Mojave Desert in California, directed by Brad Sykes. This one is very focused on like the actual like the art of Hi-8 filming. We actually have someone going out there with his like girlfriend, who just got called to like be in a film production, and he wants to get some shots out at this like abandoned like ghost town kind of area. And they become stranded in the desert, and what happens after that is pretty crazy. So I really liked the twists and turns that this one had. The setting, this was one of my favorite settings, including the wraparound story, which I gave an 8 out of 10 as well as The Scout. So yeah, I really enjoyed Hi-8. I thought the wraparound was very fitting. That one had some creepy moments and cool, just a cool vibe to it. So overall, I would definitely recommend checking out Hi-8, Horror Independent 8, from a number of great directors here, including my buddy Todd Sheets. Just a really fun collection put out by Wild Eye Releasing. And in talking to my friend Rob from Wild Eye, he said that later this summer, there is actually going to be another one, a follow-up to Hi-8 called High Death. So yeah, let's keep an eye out for that one, especially if you enjoy Hi-8 as I do. I'm definitely going to be looking forward to checking out High Death, which is supposed to feature another installment from Todd Sheets as well as others. And another thing that I wanted to mention here, similar to the Scream Park made on demand Blu-ray that you can get through Amazon that I recently showed, Hi-8 is actually available through a similar program with alternate artwork that looks really, really good. So yeah, thanks again to my friend Rob from Wild Eye for sending me Hi-8. And thank you all for watching, guys. Have a good one.